Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to another scheme that was in news currently, that is Members of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme, also called in short form. Some people they call MPLAD, some call MPLAD, right? So whatever you want to say, I'll be preferring MPLAD, alright, that's more convenient for me. And we are going to understand about this scheme because see, I'll tell you in a while. But before that, as an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies, we have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization that you would want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, all the information in a detailed manner we have provided in these e-guide books, along with the hierarchy in the bank you will find, right, in the regulatory body, in your organization that you will find, and about your role once you'll join the organization at a certain designation, what will be your roles. Apart from that, all about the recruitment process, as you can see on the screen, how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, what is in detail explanation like what are the previous year cutoff trends and what is the syllabus, and all those information has been provided. Along with that, we have also provided you with some steps that you can follow if you're going for self preparation to have more clarity regarding the organization and the examination, and you can prepare accordingly. You can download these e-guidebooks free of cost from the link that is present in the description box below. Right, so we are all right, so let's understand about this scheme. Okay, so I okay, this one is the slide. Okay, so recently this scheme was in news. We will look at the end of the session, right? But first let's understand what the scheme is all about. Okay, so it talks about the MPs that we have. It says the member of parliament, right? The MPs that we have, they will focus on the development of the local areas. Okay, so see what happened. They go in every, we have made states for a region, and in that for in the states we have districts also. So that's there for a reason. Why? To have better development in that particular area, right? Central government, they cannot focus on each part of the country. That is why they made different states. In fact, when you can say Telangana, it got separated from Andhra, or maybe the Uttarakhand, when it separated from Uttar Pradesh, the reasons, sole reasons were because individually it was such a big state that the proper development or the focus could not be done on certain parts of the districts or state, I would say, and that is why they decided to get separated, right, for better development and the other living opportunities. Right, now in that regard only this scheme is there, right? I'm not saying that this will cut off all the problems. These are not other political things to discuss, but I'm just saying government what they decided that in a state also it can be the thing, focus can be on certain areas and not all areas get equal development opportunities. That is why it was decided that the members of parliament, the MPs that would be there in a particular region, okay, they would be focusing on the developmental needs of that particular area. For that, government will provide the financial assistance, right? So the basic idea about the scheme is that government will provide the money, so government has no problem giving the money for development. It just they might not have enough resources to focus on certain areas, right? And so that all the areas can get the focus, that is why MPs will take that responsibility, right? So this scheme initially it came in 1993 1994, that is the launch period, but after that it has been modified several times. There are a lot of revisions that have been done in the guidelines of this particular scheme. Why? Because you can understand, we are saying that back of like 2 decades back, right, until now a lot of changes has been done. A lot of changes, technology has been introduced. We now expect other things than we were expecting 20 years back, right? So that is why a lot of changes was done in 97 98, like almost every year changes were done. Last change was done in 2023. So latest change, like after 2016, initially it was the constant changes revision that was happening, then happened last in 2016. After that there was a year, like 4 5 years gap, as you can see, and on 1st April of 2023 a little bit of modifications were again done under the scheme. ठीक है, तो अगर timeline की बात करें, initially launched in 93 94, then modifications were happening till 2016. There were here and there, after every 1 2 year modifications were happening, right? Then after that there was a certain gap, of course, because in between we had COVID as well, and after that in 2023 we have one or two more modifications that have been done. Rest apart, all the scheme was as it was previously only. Okay, initially when the scheme was launched, it was launched under the Ministry of Rural Development, but after on it was then switched to in 1994. So in 1993 this scheme was launched. Okay, why is it written like 93-94? It's the financial year we are talking about. Okay, 93 में launch हुई थी under Ministry of Rural Development initially, but then in 1994 it was then switched to Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, please keep in mind this ministry. Most of you might get confused and confusing it with rural development. That is why I told you this statement. Initially it was under it, but later on it was shifted to Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, and it is still under here. Right, so here currently we have just understood a little bit that okay, some money will be given by the government, that we will understand how much money is given, financial assistance is given. But here's one, when this guideline was launched, so there was something that mentioned that during the COVID time the money was halted for this, because anyway we were at lockdown, right? So and that money had to be utilized to focus during that time for other things, right? So that is why for some duration the funding assistance under the scheme was halted, but after then it was resumed. ठीक है, थोड़ा कुछ time बाद November 21 से 22 के time period में for 1 year every year money is given, right? So every financial year money is given, but what happened because of COVID, तो आपका 2020 from 2020 April, that is the starting of the financial year, right? So from April 2020 to November 2021 money, no fund was given under the scheme, right? Later on, but then financial year is April to April, right? So what happened for one whole year from April 2020 to April 2021, so for 1 year, so you can say none of the amount was given, right? But then for April 2021 to November 2021, as mentioned, again there was no fund given. But then for the rest of the time period, which is from your 10th of November to March, right? Because from April again new financial year must have gone. So for that particular time period when COVID was comparatively effect was reduced and we were coming back to our normalcy, in that time period from November 2021 to March 2022 the sum of the amount was allocated for resume the tasks that were under the particular scheme. Okay, I hope there is no confusion till now. This scheme talks about how MPs will focus on the development of the rural areas, falls under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. In the COVID time, the scheme for, you can say, for 1.5 years no funds were allocated for 1.5 financial years, right? From April 2020 to 9th of November 2021, that will be approx I am saying, okay, approx, that would be like not even 1.5 B, I would not say April, that will be yeah, around okay, so that will be around 1.5 years, right? That is there. No money was given, and then for the rest of the time period 2 crore was given for the resume of the task. Okay, I hope it is clear till now. Now let's talk about how we are saying that MPs will take care of the local areas, right? But they first would have to choose a particular district, in the district concerned they would have to choose that particular area, that constituency, right? So you have to keep in mind, first the people, the MPs, they will choose the constituency where they want to contribute or where they want to develop, right? So there is a criteria that has been given. You can just ignore this one particular section, right? Here you can just have a brief idea. For example, देखो जैसे जो elected Lok Sabha member है, MPs we have in Lok Sabha also, MP we have in Rajya Sabha also. Some are elected and some are nominated in Rajya Sabha, right? This is the basic polity that is there, right? I hope you have basic idea regarding it. Even if not, that is not much required for this particular scheme, right? Those who know will understand. Those who don't know, you need not to worry about it, right? About this factor. So elected for whoever the MPs who are elected for Lok Sabha, right? So in that case what will be done, if Lok Sabha constituency is within the jurisdiction of one district, ठीक है, आप या तो वो वाली choose कर सकते हैं, या if that Lok Sabha constituency is spread over the multiple districts, right? Some jurisdiction, some constituency are limited to a particular district, some are, they are spread over more districts, right? So in that case, in any of those districts they can be part of it, right? It depends that MP belongs to which constituency. You have to keep this thing in mind, right? If I am an MP and my constituency is restricted in that particular district, right? So I will be limited to that area, right? But my constituency, it is spread, okay? Because constituency depends, because MPs are representing people, right? So this how the area of constituency depends on the population of that particular area, right? So if there is less population, then more people have to be covered, and that is why that area increases, and maybe the constituency may spread over more than one district, ठीक है? ऐसा कुछ cases होता है, ठीक है? सिंपल भाषा में ये समझो. So in that case, then I am, as an MP, I am eligible to even go for some other district, like some other constituency of other district as well, ठीक है? आपको simple ऐसे समझना है. Constituency, if it is limited to a district, I will take from there only in that one district. But if the Lok Sabha constituency in that particular area, it is spread through the other districts, in that case I have option to choose from any. Basic idea is the constituency, whatever it is, I can choose any part of it, ठीक है? Elected Rajya Sabha, any district in his her state of election, right? Because they are not directly being elected, they are elected through MLAs, right? And then finally we know that some of the people, some of the members of Rajya Sabha, they are nominated. Now because they are nominated, they do not belong to any specific constituency. That is why they are free to choose any constituency of any district, right? You have to just keep in mind that the MPs would have to choose the nodal district, the constituency from where they want to, like where they want to work, right? In case of elected, there are two cases: within the district, maybe outside the district as well, right? Elected Rajya Sabha members, any district in the state of election, and who are nominated, they can choose any of the district in the country, okay? Simply you have to understand this. And now we are saying, okay, funding will be provided by government, so they don't have any issue giving the funding, right? So what is the funding that is provided? So the funding that is provided here is 5 crore per financial year. Yes, that's a huge number, but the government is expecting that money is being utilized to work on the areas or the development of that area. So government is giving 5 crore per year to MPs under this particular scheme, MPLAD, okay? And it is given in 2 installments, so it is not given at one go. It's not like that, and whenever the financial year starts, they'll just give that money. No, it is given in 2 installments, 2.5 crore each, okay? And funds are released in grant-in aids directly to the district authorities. You have to keep in mind here, the account will be made in the commercial banks, and that account will not be in the name of the MP, right? Because the people can change, right? People can change after every election. They might be re-elected, they might not, right? That is why the funds that are released, the name of that particular you can say account holder, will be in the name of the district authorities, ठीक है? District authorities के नाम पे होगा. It will not be directly given to the MPs, but yes, 5 crore per year is given, okay? And funds are non-lapsable. Non-lapsable means that, for example, this is financial year 23-24, right? And this year 5 crore has been given. So lapsable amount means that when the financial year 24-25 year come and I was able to utilize only 3 crore, so the 2 crore then will be lapsed, means it will now not be used, government will take it back. And so next year you will always again get 5 year, renewed 5 year, right? So just like the subscriptions that you take, right? Whenever you take it, it is renewed, nothing that is left behind is carry forwarded, right? That is lapsable. Non-lapsable means this year I was able to use only 5 crore, so next financial year I will get 5 crore plus previously 3 crore is with me, so this year I have 8 crore with me. Next year again I am able to utilize only 4 crore in this, so 4 crore this plus next year's 5 crore, so next year the MP would be having 9 crore with them for the development purpose. So non-lapsable means it will be carrying on forward, okay? I hope you have clarity till now. MPs will develop the local areas, they will get 5 crore every year in 2 installment, and that is non-lapsable, okay? That is, I hope you have the clarity till now. But the government has said that okay, we are giving you up the money and you can freely utilize the way you want about the development in that area, but we expect, like the government, they expect, okay, that whatever be the development that will be done, at least 15% of this amount that they will be having, MPLAD entitlement means the money that they will be having, 15% of that particular area should be used to develop such areas which are inhabited by SC community. देखो, it usually happens, that in a if you go to foreign, right, you would find that all Indian communities, they are living in a certain area, right? Similarly, all maybe African community, they are living in a certain area. Similarly, this is faced in the districts and villages, and such constituency also, that people from one caste, they are usually, they are dominant in a specific area, right? So it's been said under the scheme that MPs should whatever the work or the development programs that they are recommending. So here what will be done, MPs, they will recommend the program to the district authorities, basically DM वगैरह को, ठीक है, they will recommend the program, and then the DM will have 45 days to answer on that. Like in 45 days, the district authority would have to tell the MP that can we accept the recommendation of this development program, or it is rejected, right? For example, I am an MP, I recommend it to my district authority, because basically who is getting the money, fund is being released in the district authority's account, right? So I would have to recommend the work to district authority that I want this particular thing to work in that to be get developed in that particular area, ठीक है? अब now the district authority will do analysis of that particular recommendation. Is it really required or not, or is there already any project running there or not, right? So in that case, if it is in favor of people, they will accept the proposal and they will say okay, the grant must be released in this case, right? Or maybe it can be the case, maybe the district authorities, either they would see that there is already a program running, right, and which is at the end of the stage, right? This can be the case, or they may feel like that this project will not be workable or not be profitable in longer run. Profitable means in the favor of people, right? So in that case, what the authorities can do, they can reject the proposal with proper explanation, right? So for that, they have 45 days. District authorities, in this 45 days, they would have to either say yes or no, and then afterwards, if they approve the project, then the money is allocated for that particular work, ठीक है? अब here also the government is saying that okay, whatever recommendation the MP is making, the MP should keep in mind that 15% of that money, the financially whatever the entitlement they have for the particular year, 15% of the area should be utilized to develop the SC dominant areas or inhabited areas. 7.5% of the areas of the money should be utilized for the areas that are inhabited by ST population. Please keep in mind, SC dominant areas के लिए कितना percent? 15%. ST के लिए scheduled tribe के लिए how much? 7.5. okay, you can say that's half, right? So for SC more 15%, for ST half, that is 7.5%, ठीक है? I hope till now there is no confusion. If this is a live session, you can ask, I'll clear all the doubts, right? Apart from that, there are some other key features also, okay? And now I said that in 2023 there are some revisions that are done, right? The foremost important revision that has been done for the year in the year 2023 under the revised guideline, what was that? The web portal now will come effect, ठीक है? तो आपका जो web portal है वो from this is from the year 2023 है, ठीक है? 1st of April 2023, right? So why is it done? Because देखो, now whatever transactions, recommendation, whatever that will be done, that will be, or acceptance of proposal, rejection of proposal, everything will be now from the web portal only. So of course that will increase the transparency, right? So increase the transparency of the transactions and everything. Web portal is now being incorporated under the MPLADS scheme, ठीक है? I hope you have the clarity. And initially MP now has give under the scheme, initially it was there that first they would have to wait for the district authority, right? So now comparatively they have this flexibility of choosing works that can be taken up provided it leads to creation of durable asset. When you will look at the guidelines, now there are certain areas that were mentioned that okay, the focus should be given on these things for the development, and there are some restriction also. For example, private buildings cannot be made, and all these are restrictions have also been properly mentioned, so that no MP can make a can create a loophole to utilize the money for their own profit. So there are some do's and don'ts are mentioned in the guidelines, right? But what happened, the scheme was back in 1993-94 time period it was launched, right? And even though the revisions were made, but the basics were kept similar. For example, the development was focused on limited areas only in accordance what the need of the society at that time was, right? But we know the time is changing, and now a lot of new technology and developments are taking place, and the local people should get benefit of that. And that is why under the Levi's guideline it was said that now the MPs, they have the flexibility of choosing the which work they want to do in that particular area. Okay, देखो, you need to understand this scheme came into action because if for example, even if I'm a chief minister, right, I might not know that in a specific area or in a specific constituency what is the demand. Maybe the demand of A constituency or the needs of A constituency will be very different from that of the B constituency, right? Maybe in A constituency the people, they want good towers network, so that proper network of the mobile phone can be there, but maybe in the B constituency there are not even roads that are present, right? So how to focus on this, that is why this scheme was launched, right? But there were some restrictions, right? But now that restrictions of choosing the work has been removed, and now the MPs are more flexible to choose the work, right? Because that will help to actually implement what was the objective of the scheme, to have the development as per the need of the local people of that particular area. ठीक है, तो क्या फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी ऑफ चूजिंग वर्क होगी, एंड दीज आर सम अदर थिंग्स, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू वेट फॉर द एक्चुअल फंड टू बी रिलीज. ठीक है, व्हाट इज मीन टू रिकमेंडिंग न्यू प्रोजेक्ट. इनिशियली दे वुड हैव टू वेट फॉर द रिलीज ऑफ द प्रीवियस वन फॉर रिकमेंडिंग न्यू प्रोजेक्ट, बट नाउ दैट इज नॉट द केस. ठीक है, एंड वट एवर बी द फ्लो ऑफ फंड दैट वी हैव अंडरस्टूड, दैट विल बी थ्रू द वेब पोर्टल. ठीक है, सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द रिवाइज गाइडलाइंस दैट वी हैव सीन. ठीक है, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट नाउ देर आर बेसिक्स. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई वॉज अ MP and I had implemented some work, now I was changed in next election and now new MP has come, right? So it usually happens, right? They stop the previous work and then they start their own because they want to show people that they are doing something, right? And usually if it is from different parties, so they will purposely they will cut down the work that was initially done, right? So that is why government has also said that works that are once recommended by prior MP cannot be changed by successor. It's not like that half work is done and now you have just shut down half of the work just because of your personal interest, and because of that, you know, money will get wasted, and all other things, like whatever the processes has been done, that will be wasted, right? So that is why it's been strictly mentioned under this. And here it's also being said, देखो, I am working on my constituency and it's going well and I have some amount left, right? So if I want, I can utilize that money, okay, outside the usual region, right? So I can recommend my work outside the region also, but usually MPs who, you know, already doing good in their constituency and they have some money left, usually in that case they do, but I don't know if that actually happens on the ground or not, right? But under the guidelines, this liberty has been given to them, right? That whoever with the elective MPs can recommend work anywhere in the country outside the usual region. ठीक है, अब इसमें कुछ money support भी दे सकते हैं, right? So एक recommendation is a different thing, right? So after recommendation, if the district authorities, they approve the project, approve the money, so then they would require some financial assistance also, na, of that particular other district or other constituency. They will be require money only, because even though the money is being transferred to district authority, but it is still on the basis of the recommendation of MP, right? So if it is outside the usual region, in that case there is a ceiling that has been made, because ultimately that 5 crore is the government is giving, that is giving for that particular constituency, that particular area, and if the MP is moving outside that particular area, there should be a limit also, right? So the limit is what? Ceiling कितनी रखी है? 25 लाख की रखी है in a financial year, okay, per MP for all recommendation except in case of calamity. ठीक है, what it is being said? It is being said that, for example, if I am MP, ठीक है, I recommended work outside my usual region. In that, the maximum I can give, there is a ceiling which is of what? Which is of 25 lakh, right? But what happened? Calamities happened, natural calamity aa gayi. Ab in natural calamity, what is like our behavior? That is to support our neighbors, right? They, if in a particular state there comes a natural calamity, the other states, what they would want to do, or it will be their responsibility to help that particular state, right? Or maybe that particular constituency, even within a state, in a district, some mishap happen, right? So the other districts, other constituency, they will help with that. Okay, so in that case this cap has been increased. Kitna kara? Any MP who has the consent with their own will, if they want to give MPLAD fund, up to kitna de sakte hain? 1 crore per annum in case of what? Calamity ke cases mein. Okay, after calamity there is rehabilitation that has to be done, reconstruction work has to be done, so more money is required, right? and that particular constituency will already be dealing with whatever the mishaps has been done, right? So if I am an MP outside my usual region, I can give per year up to 25 lakh. But in case in other areas some calamity has been happened, some natural calamity has happened, in that maximum to maximum how much I can give, till now that ceiling has been removed to, and it has been increased to how much, 1 crore. Okay, but please keep in mind, in both the cases we are talking about in a financial year, per year we are talking about. Okay, इन डिक्लेयर्ड बाय स्टेट, ठीक है, ये सब ठीक है. 25 लाख पर एम कैलामिटी डिक्लेयर्ड बाय स्टेट और फ्रॉम एनी कंसिस्टेंसी इन एनी रीजन, द कंसेंट इज 25 लाख पर एनम. ठीक है, वही चीज़ है जो हमने डिस्कस की है, सेम चीज़ इट हैज़ बीन मेंशन ओवर हियर. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक और चीज मैं मेंशन करना चाहती हूँ. वन थिंग आई ऑल्सो वांट टू मेंशन हियर, इट हैज बीन रिटन रिहैबिलिटेशन एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्क. ठीक है, दैट इज वाई इट्स अनदर थिंग दैट आई वांट टू हाईलाइट ओवर हियर. इट इज व्हाट, अंडर द स्कीम वी आर डेवलपिंग न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स, वी आर रिकमेंडिंग न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड वी आर डेवलपिंग न्यू प्रोजेक्ट्स, राइट. बट इन केस ऑफ कैलामिटी ऑफ सीवियर नेचर, अब इसमें क्या हुआ है, वी हैव टू रिहैबिलिटेट, वी हैव टू रिकंस्ट्रक्ट ऑल्सो. ठीक है, सो दैट इज वाई द कैप हैज बीन इंक्रीज टू 1 crore. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका, इसका मतलब हुआ बिकॉज यू आर रीवर्किंग ऑन समथिंग विच वॉज ऑलरेडी देयर, राइट. सो दैट इज वाई हियर इज अ कैप ऑफ 1 crore. ठीक है, you have to keep this thing in mind. Rehabilitation and reworking means what, pre-existing projects में you are renovating it because of the calamities that has happened. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये चीज़ को ध्यान रखना है, यहाँ पे rehabilitation and reconstruction का क्या meaning हुआ. ठीक है, specific for those projects where rehabilitation and reconstruction needs to be done. ठीक है, apart from that there are ceilings also. ठीक है, up to 50 lakh per all such work. Now this is apart from the calamity we are saying. ठीक है, MPLAD funds can be used for repair and renovation for immovable assets. ठीक है, for example roads have been made but now they have to be repaired. ठीक है, so in that case कितना दे सकते हैं, 50 लाख पर ईयर तक दे सकते हैं, ये नॉर्मल केसेस में. दिस इज नॉट द कैलामिटी केस में. ठीक है, कैन बी पूल्ड विद इंडिविजुअल स्टैंड अलोन प्रोजेक्ट्स. नाउ व्हाट डज इट मीन, इट मीन्स दैट कैन बी पूल्ड मीन्स इट माइट हैपन, फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्वच्छ भारत अभियान इज गोइंग ऑन. ठीक है, अंडर द स्वच्छ भारत अभियान the toilets have been made or other things are being constructed in the areas, right. And the MP of that particular area decided that no, we have to focus on the sanitary and we have to make more toilets and anything else, right, whatever be that leads to the sanitation in that particular area. So we already have an existing program Swachh Bharat, and government and MP has also come with some innovative ideas that maybe this can be implemented, right. So that will be pooled. Pooled means clubbed. So whatever be the money that's being financial assistance funding that is coming for that particular project, along with what is being gained by the what is MP is getting, that can be pooled and the better projects can be made. ठीक है, तो can be pooled का क्या मतलब होता है कि mix हो सकता है. if there is central or any state scheme that is already going on, that can be clubbed. Okay, and this was the news, revised flow of fund procedure under MPLAD scheme. So here again all the detailed things have been mentioned. ठीक है, revised fund flow ये हमने जो कुछ पढ़ लिया है. ठीक है, the things have been mentioned, more flexible, efficient बनाया गया है इन चीज़ों को, and that is all about this. So that is all in this video. If you have any doubt, any query, do let me know. And if you have any scheme that you want me to cover, if that will be in news, I will definitely make a session on that. ठीक है, I'll prioritize such schemes which are in news because such are the such schemes have more chances of being asked in the examination. And if you have any doubt, any query, do let me know. Dixon, good morning. I can see Raj Prakash Singh, good morning. And SSCV Jay Veer Tomar, good morning. Okay, so that is all. Thank you everybody for watching the session. All the very best for your examination, whichever examination you're preparing for, and thank you for watching it. Thank you.